Wavelength Radio presents Happy Hour with Cameron Cooper.
Come together right now over me.
Oh, that's how you meant. This is Cameron Cooper on Wavelength Radio. This is Happy Hour with Cameron Cooper. Our guest tonight, Charles Peterson, the man behind this show.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
So are we gonna? What am I here for?
Well, we're going to talk a little bit about some weirdness in the news these days in this crazy world we live in. Thank you for staying with us here at Wavelength Radio. Earlier we were talking about the Marc Godot, strangeness as it is, and just so you know, we weren't taking sides on that, but I did want to point out some possible inappropriate stances that our news environment has stanced themselves in the prosecution of this man. And not that he's not innocent, not that he's not guilty, just want to point out some possible superficial items that should be looked into a little bit further. And where you stand on, don't just take for granted everything you see on the news is great and wonderful, but some of it's weird, and that's where we're going. Looking into the lead story of the week, so they say, is a primitive African tribe being run off their land so the Arab royalty can hunt in private. Sounds a little far-fetched. Now, plus the lamest excuse for being in trouble, G-spot technology. Now, we're going to find out a little bit more about G-tech. Excuse me, G-spot technology. We're going to do a little bit of research on them and find out what their story is.
That's a weird story, isn't it?
It is weird. G-spot technology. Another lawsuit blaming the victim of the drunk driver, seniors having trouble with brake pedal, and more in this News of the Weird. Let's see what we can find out.
So it looks like Africa's largely primitive Hazabi people down to their last 1,500 members after surviving thousands of years of disease. Isn't that weird?
It's crazy.
That is a weird news.
Crazy, I tell you. As Woody Allen would say, it's crazy.
This is crazy.
Now, beyond that,
there isn't much news, is there? So maybe we should just bullshit on this instead of calling it weird news.
well, there's plenty of weird news out there. Take, for example...
No, I mean really weird and bizarre news.
Oh, really weird and
Not
bizarre.
like Marc Godot. How do you say Sounds like I've had a little too much to drink tonight.
Actually, it's Marc Godot.
Godot. Yeah, so that's not weird enough. I think your listeners want more of like a man with an oversized testicle or something.
Well, I could probably pull that up right now.
Hey, how do men with oversized testicles, how do they have sex if they got such a huge nutsack?
That's a good question.
Maybe we should pull a picture up on the internet.
I think they probably just bang the hell out of them.
Now that's weird news.
That's weird. That's strange. And possibly a little bit uncontent for some viewers or listeners. But, nonetheless, by the way, folks, keep your kids at bay.
I just want to point out that I have my own shows called The Blu-ray Show. That airs it airs live Saturdays at 6 p.m. And then we got Happy Hour, which we don't know where that's going to go yet, right?
Right. We're going to format the scheduling for these hours of shows that you will be able to enjoy and listen to on a weekly basis. And hopefully in the very near future, even on a daily basis. We'll see where the structure of the show goes. But getting back to some weird content, of the show, because this is the weird hour. We can talk about anything that's weird and strange and all that. And please, parents, please put your kids to bed. We're going to go a little bit strange here, so some of our content may not be appropriate for all viewers or listeners.
Well, I think these are people who listen to the Patrick Adams show.
Well, there you go. And once again, I got to tell you, I really enjoyed Patrick's hour.
Oh yeah, it's an entertaining segment on our radio station. He's probably going to bring a lot of listeners.
Well, I got to tell you, I'm jealous about his voice. I like his voice. I think the guy has got a voice that sounds like I should be watching him on TV every day.
Yeah, instead of what's that lady's name that took over Dan Rather?
I don't know, but she, what is her name?
Katie Couric?
Katie Couric.
Is she walking around with a walker yet? Isn't that how Dan Rather got to his news desk, is by a walker?
I mean, now Patrick is not in that category by any means. Patrick...
he will be when he's 80, when he's like Dan Rather's age.
Absolutely,
so.
yeah, he will be. Well, I don't know. I hope that he's not. I hope that he's...
I hope he's more like a Sean Connery.
Sean Connery. Thank you. And hopefully he's he's spry and resilient through his golden years. And
we gotta find a better place to get our weird news, because we're not doing any weird news at all, are we?
Not really.
Like this story I'm reading now is a neo-sexual society fosters human intimacy with inanimate objects.
Oh, well, you saw that on American Pie. Remember the apple pie?
The apple pie scene was a great scene.
That was an inanimate sexual object.
Yeah, well, was that the weirdest part you ever seen in a movie?
No. It's like, what is the weirdest thing we've ever seen in a movie?
That's a good question. What about Crash, the original Crash? With
Oh,
James
yes.
Spader? Was that a weird movie for you?
Yeah, it was. It left me with a terrible taste in my mouth.
But you never finished it. It
It
doesn't get any better than that.
Actually, yeah, I finished the movie. I finished it, yeah. But as far as like, is it the worst or the weirdest? I don't know. I don't think so. What are some of the weirdest movies I've seen? Well, the weirdest things I've seen. All right. Now, I was at Walmart today, and I told you about this earlier, Charles.
Tell our audience.
Well, you listening viewers, I gotta tell you.
Do we have any out there?
if you have any out there, I'm at Walmart, and I'm in I'm in line waiting to check out, or I am checking out, and the aisle that is before the checkout registers, right? Here comes this person walking in, and I'm not sure exactly what gender it is at the time, but there's a person that's sort of hoblobbling along. I don't know if that's a real word. They're hoblobbling along, and they have this this sundress on. They have a sundress. It's long. It goes down to below their knees, not quite to their ankles, but almost, and no sleeves, and it drapes down low upon their chest. And they have long hair, and they're sort of just very strange looking. And so I started observing them just a little bit closer, and I realized that it's a guy, and he's got long curly hair, a little bit of a bald spot on the background, and they've got this sundress on and combat boots, and they're pushing a cart, and they have this sweaty, hairy chest protruding out of their sundress on the top there by their neck. And they're pushing the cart, and in the cart is this dirty, vintage-looking, nothing like you would buy at any store, nowadays this dirty old vintage vacuum cleaner sweeper.
That's weird.
And they're just hobbling along, pushing the cart, and they're going toward the returns area.
Was this the? I don't know if they heard that or not.
This was the weird part of the day. So, and
including tonight, right?
including tonight. They were hobbling along, pushing this cart, and everybody's head at every checkout stand, everybody's head was like going left to right as they walked by. I'm just going, this is just too strange. I'm trying to figure out, well, what is this person's story? And I couldn't come up with any explanations short of sun exposure. They were delusional. It's like it is on any given day. I mean, this is early in the morning, but maybe they've had about 3 weeks out in the sun already. I don't know, but they were like just delusional.
Well, now, did you figure out if it was a guy or a girl?
Oh, it was a guy, unless it was a girl with a very hairy chest.
Maybe. You ever see any fat people like that? They got mustaches? Yeah.
Not yet.
Not yet. Are you done with your story?
No, I'm not done with my story.
We're coming up to a break, though.
Oh, okay. Well, I think I'm done with that. I think I painted a very vivid picture of what I experienced today at Walmart. And I'm I'm happy you guys didn't have to experience it, and hopefully my my explanation of the story in the event of my day was not too vivid to make you experience it all on your own.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.